CIL 650, in association with Tom Lucas Productions, presents Radio Real Estate.
A house in the middle of our street.
And now, here are your hosts, Bill Macklem, Fern Northcutt, and Tom Lucas.
All right, let's do what they do on the Musketeer Show. Roll call, Tom.
Bill.
And at the other end of the thing here, we have... Apparently,
What's her name?
Yeah, what's her name?
Morning, Tom.
Good morning, Fern. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you. How about you?
You're sounding wonderful today.
Thank you.
You always sound wonderful today. So, are prices going up, prices going down, or interest rates going up, going down? You sent me a note this past weekend, Bill, from Sherry Cooper. She's the head honcho over at Dominion Macklem.
Yes,
right?
she's talking about the Bank of Canada rates.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a real kind of an impression that the rates were going to be dropping from prime rate.
Right.
And so if we did that, we would be close to what the rate was like back in 2007, 2008. Would have made it 0.25. Banks add on their 2 points, so it would be 2.25 would be the prime rate, except that the banks aren't giving the discounts directly to the consumers.
I see. So we're not passing those savings along, huh?
No.
No.
So, and they didn't drop the rates anyway, so it's kind of a moot point at this stage. But I would anticipate that over the next 2 or 3 months we'll see another drop.
And Fern, I guess most realtors are still in the same ship, the same boat. They're still looking for properties to sell, right?
Absolutely, and we're coming into the season, too, that a lot of people wait until the spring when all the flowers are up, et cetera, et cetera. But it's good to get a jump on the market. January, February is the time to do it.
Well, I think that most people that listen to this program or that are on this program are old enough to remember the old jingle, why wait for spring? Do it now.
Do it now.
Do it now. Call your realtor, call your mortgage broker, put it on the market, make some money, move now.
Get it done.
Get it done. Yeah. So it's 2 minutes after 10 o'clock.
You know, the thing is, if you put your house on the market now, on January and February, that if it sells now, usually possession date, let's say, is a month or 2 months down the road, and everybody starts listing in March and April, then you have a little bit better selection. But your property's already sold, which puts you in a bargaining position to buy.
And, of course, if you sell it now, then you have less competition out there.
Well, that's true.
So listen to the experts. Speaking of experts, Bill Macklem is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. He is the expert mortgage fellow on the program, and he'll be here with your weekly mortgage update in just a couple of minutes, right, Billy?
That's exactly right.
Bill also answers your mortgage question of the week in a few minutes.
Later on the show, I'm going to be talking about the challenges of buying and selling and the challenges of financing.
Challenges of financing.
Absolutely.
That's your department. So our Radio Real Estate Home Handyman in Jensen says February real estate rush is set to begin.
Monica Dinabriga, president of Mummy Maze, will be here with her tip of the week. This morning she says there are many really easy-to-use, eco-friendly window cleaners hiding in your house.
Oh, I think it's called Hire Out.
You think that's what it's called? I think you're onto something. We'll also be chatting about the 2015 fourth quarter house price survey and the 2016 market survey forecast with Phil Soper. Phil's a good friend of the program. He happens to be the CEO of RadioRealEstateJan23rd2016 Canada, so we'll have him on the phone line in just a few minutes. Good guy.
He does a good job.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. And Bill's mortgage question of the week is coming up, and if you have a question for Bill, leave it on our website, RadioRealEstateShow.ca, RadioRealEstateShow.ca, and Bill will answer your question on next weekend's show.
Andrew Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty is on the show to bring us up to date on real estate activity in the Tri-Cities.
And Don Mortimer from Remax Crest Westside is on the program this morning, and we'll be taking a look at the Greater Vancouver real estate market for us.
He certainly will. We're looking forward to that. Okay, so the time is 10:04. And you're listening to Radio Real Estate on CIL 650.
Thank you, Fern. And right now it's time for the weekly mortgage rate update with our resident mortgage expert on the program, Mr. Bill Macklem. He is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages, and you were saying it's, yeah?
Yeah, it's like that.
It is.
So you have your major banks, and they've all increased their rates to the 289, 299, reduced their discounts on the prime. And then you have your credit unions who are offering some pretty aggressive rates. And then you have your regular, what I would call your, like the INGs of the world, like the Tangerines of the world, the non-traditional bank lenders. And they're offering significant discounts as well. So it shows that the regular banks have made their money for the end of last year. And so they're still in that same format for this next quarter where they don't have to be aggressive. They will be aggressive in the next quarter. So right now you're looking at rates that are some of the credit unions have got 279. We've got some down to 265. We have some what I call the non-gamers. You're looking at something in that 5-year rate about 259. It might be a little restrictive for some people, or maybe for most people, but the rates are out there. So we're looking at rates that are still competitive.
But we're still looking for a place that
Stability.
has... Huh?
Stability.
I was just actually looking for that free toaster. Haven't found a place like that yet, have you?
No.
Good rates, but no toasters.
But you know what? If the dollar hadn't changed, we might have gone down the States and bought a whole bunch of
Okay, all right,
toasters.
that's another story. In the next segment of the program, Bill will be back. He's going to answer the mortgage question of the week. Fern's got a dandy for him this week. And later on in the program, we'll be chatting about the 2015 fourth quarter house price survey and the 2016 market survey forecast with our very special guest, Phil Soper. Phil is the CEO of RadioRealEstateJan23rd2016 Canada. Also, Monica Dida-Briga, who is the president of Mummy Maids, will be on the program this morning. She's got some eco-friendly cleaning tips. And there's a whole lot of things hiding in the house, she says, that you could use to your advantage.
Yeah, they're called children.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No, it's higher out. Well, I like Monica. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CL 650.
Hey, it's Preston from Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. At Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations, we're more than just painting. As you can guess from our name, we do renovations too. Kitchens, bathrooms, living rooms, offices, whatever your renovation needs are, Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations is here for you. Call for your estimate now, 604-897-6049. That's 604-897-6049. Or get more information at humphreypropainting.com. That's humphreypropainting.com.
Hi, this is Monica from Mummy Maids. We're here to help you with all your cleaning needs, including move-in, move-outs, packing and unpacking, organizing, laundry and windows, walls, basic cleaning and custom cleaning. We do it all. You deserve a break and Mummy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959. That's 604-533-4959. Or visit us at mummymaids.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. You have equity in your home. You are over 65. We have some exciting financing options for you. Purchase your second home, help your children buy their home, or set up an annuity for life. Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages at 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
CL 650. Letters. We get letters. We get stacks and stacks of letters.
Oh, you know we get stacks and stacks of letters, which means that Bill had stacks and stacks of sweaters.
Yeah.
Because you wear a different sweater every time you answer a different question.
Exactly.
And, oh my goodness.
Christmas presents.
Yeah, I think it's Fashionista is on the phone right now. The private line is flashing about the sweater you're wearing today. The stripes should go the other way, not horizontally.
I picked the wrong sweater.
The other way makes you look taller, Bill.
Yeah, I look like a zebra today.
That's your problem. Okay, Fern? You got a
I'm
question
not even going there. Okay?
No, don't go there. You have a question for Willie?
I certainly do. This week's question comes from Benita Zahler of Surrey. Benita says, Bill, she would like to get into the market. Being a first-time buyer, she would like to know how long does it take to apply for and get approval for a mortgage.
Well, thanks, Fern. That's a great question from Benita. Normally what happens with us when we talk to a client, we'll have to get their information. So it'll probably take us 1 to 2 days to get a pre-approval because the application part of it probably takes about an hour. The critical part of this whole process, though, is to make sure that we have the documentation that we need to ensure that what they're saying they want to buy with the income they say they have, that they actually can service the debt. So we need to normally get a pay stub, last year's notice of assessment from Revenue Canada. That's not the property assessment, which a lot of people mistaken when I say that. It is the notice of assessment from Revenue Canada. And look at the middle of the top of the page. It'll give you the tax year, not the year that you filed. And so that's the tax year, and you want to have that. So you want to get that. Like I said, a pay stub. We will need an employment letter at some point, but you don't want to get an employment letter until you're closer to possession or making an offer, because you don't want to ask your Human Resources Department how many times to get a letter. You want to do that 3 times, they might get a little ticked off at you. So these are the things that you want to get done. Once we have that information, even though we already have a pre-approval, we can verify that pre-approval is going to be good for at least 90 days, if not 120 days.
So to get pre-approved for mortgage, take what, a couple of days maybe?
Couple days.
Couple of days. Good stuff. So Fern, if somebody's out there and they want to get a hold of Bill, they want to get some more information, what should they do?
Oh, for expert mortgage information, and that was very good advice, all of that, Bill. So online, visit billymac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, mac.com, or call Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-home.
Thank you so much, Fern. It's time now to hear from Andrea Jock of Keller Williams Elite Realty. We have her on the phone line this morning. Andrea, hello there. Good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Hi, everyone.
And a gracious good day to you. How's your week been out there in the Tri-Cities?
Thank you. It's been a great week in the Tri-Cities. Today I'm featuring a fantastic 2-bedroom and 2-bathroom townhome opportunity located at the popular Fremont Blue by Mosaic Homes. You don't have to wait until 2017 to move into this one-year young, immaculate 1,280 square foot home featuring one of the most sought-after floor plans, offering the oversized center granite island kitchen and entertainer's delight. Enjoy the River Club exclusive to the Fremont residents, offering a swimming pool, hot tub, outdoor barbecue area, and a fantastic gym. All this and more just steps away from the new restaurant, shops, and services on the market for $478,800. Come by and check out the open house today and tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. This is Andrea Jock for Radio Real Estate.
Excellent. In the Tri-Cities, call Andrea Jock at 604-783-3124 or visit pinnaclegrouprem.com. That's pinnaclegrouprem.com. Phone number 604-783-3124.
All right. Well, coming up, we'll be talking about the 2015 fourth quarter house price survey and the 2016 market survey forecast with Phil Soper. Phil is the CEO of Royal LePage Canada.
And this is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with mortgage expert Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage, and producer Dwayne Bishop and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Radio Real Estate, Vancouver's original on-air open house on CI 650.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas. I've got my favorite service manager at the other end of the phone, Mike Farkas from North Vancouver Nissan. Mike, if I wanted to come down and see you folks on a Saturday and have my Nissan looked at, can I do so?
Absolutely, Tom. I have almost a full crew on Saturday, so we're ready to do most general repairs. My parts department's open as well, so if you have any accessories that you want put on your Nissan, we can do that too. Sales is open as well if you want to buy a new one.
Yeah, you'll find them online at northvancouvernissan.com.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. You deserve the facts of a professional home evaluation based on the statistics of the MLS. To find out what your house is really worth, call or text me. Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Hi, this is Preston from Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. The Christmas holidays are almost here, and Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations can get your home ready for the season. We offer the best products and the best services at the best prices. Call for your estimate, 604-897-6049. That's 604-897-6049. Or get more information online at humphreypropainting.com. That's humphreypropainting.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. With interest rates always being the topic of discussion, it is important to have a mortgage professional who will guide you. If interest rates are all you think of, I can get you a 0% interest rate if you put 100% down. Of course, with 100% down, you don't really need a mortgage. Variable rates versus fixed rates. Which one is right for you? Call Dominion Macklem Mortgages, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas. I've got my favorite service manager at the other end of the phone, Mike Farkas from North Vancouver Nissan. Mike, if I wanted to come down and see you folks on a Saturday and have my Nissan looked at, can I do so?
Absolutely, Tom. I have almost a full crew on Saturday, so we're ready to do most general repairs. My parts department's open as well, so if you have any accessories that you want put on your Nissan, we can do that too. Sales is open as well if you want to buy a new one.
Yeah, you'll find them online at northvancouvernissan.com.
Vancouver weather.
Well, it's been a wet time in the old West Coast for a while. We changed from West Coast to Wet Coast.
Absolutely.
But you know what? There are people that are having worse weather conditions than we are.
See the East Coast?
Snow? Aren't you glad you're living here?
2 to 4 feet.
Not too bad. Well, we're not going to have that around here now. But today's going to be okay. The rain's going to start tomorrow and Sunday, Bill.
Mainly cloudy tomorrow with a 30% chance of showers, a high of 8. Some clouds. And then on Monday, we're going to have some more cloud with 30% chance of showers.
Yeah,
but
right
not
now,
rain, just showers.
Just showers, okay? Here's the soap. It's 6 degrees right now in the city.
CI 650. How much does it cost? I'll buy it.
So people are still buying homes.
Yes.
They are. They're buying homes. They're still coming to see the mortgage broker, yeah?
I had a fellow yesterday that we did a mortgage for him about 3 years ago. Decided that he wants to move a little bit further out. No longer wants to live in a townhome. Still a good townhome, but wants to move to a house. He's looking at the Maple Ridge, looking at the east side. And, yeah, he's trying to get pre-qualified. He's getting all set up already. Like Fern was saying earlier, get pre-qualified, get things going now, because you have a better chance of selling to, there's going to be fewer houses out there to compete with, and you have a better chance of buying.
So when somebody comes in to see the mortgage broker, before talking with the realtor, do we need to tell the mortgage broker the address of the house? I can't remember. It's been so long.
No.
No?
No, what we normally do on a pre-approval, that type of thing, is that we ask for the basic personal information, because what's happening is I have to get you, the individual, approved. One of the main fallacies, though, of getting you approved, as you now know you've been approved for a mortgage, is you think that you don't have any conditions. Well, you do. You're approved, but the property isn't.
Okay.
So now we need...
There's a process to it, and it's getting your ducks all in a row.
Exactly. So you want to make sure that when you leave my office and you have an approval or a pre-approval, you have to know that the property that you're buying is still subject to the lender to approve it. Because let's say I'm approving you to buy a certain type of property, and you end up making an offer on a mobile home, a float home, a property that may be on a crown land or a native lease or a city lease. Those all are different implications on that approval.
Now, Fern, you just mentioned, too, that it's very important to have your ducks all in a row. Let's pretend we have some first-time buyers listening to the program this morning that may have never heard that expression before. What are the ducks you need to get in a row before you go and purchase some property?
Well, the first thing, of course, is your financing, whether through your lender of choice or, which I prefer, is through Bill, because he shops for mortgages for my clients. And then by the time I've got that in my hot little hand and I know exactly what people can afford, everybody's so busy these days, so you don't have time to mess around on this kind of thing. Ducks in a row, if you get your pre-approval first, I have it in my hand. I take you out and I show you houses, or we do a lot by internet and email, which works out, and texting, which works out really, really well for the busy person these days. And then we go house hunting or we go shopping.
So I guess it's really pointless if you're traveling with a realtor and you say, listen, realtor friend of mine, I'm looking for a 2-bedroom house, and the realtor says, well, here's a place with 6 bedrooms, then apparently that realtor's not listening to what your needs really are.
Well, you know what? That absolutely happens a lot. And a lot of buyers that I work with, especially first-time buyers, that what they tell me they want and what they actually buy a lot of times will be two different things. And that's okay. That's keeping a very open mind. But, it's very, very, I find it very frustrating for buyers, et cetera. They come to me and they'll say, well, you know what? Other realtors, they've showed it out of the price range. They showed what they thought we should buy, all this kind of stuff. And you know what? That just doesn't work. You have to supply the needs of your client.
I guess it's really important then as a mortgage broker or as a real estate expert that you need to sit down with your prospective clients and actually listen to what their needs are.
Exactly.
So if you're out with a young couple and you're talking about, they let's just say they just got married a little while ago, and you want to find out personal things like they plan on having a family, so that 1-bedroom flat somewhere is not going to work. You get at least need a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom place, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. You know that when I'm working with people, I always like to know what their 5-year plan is, where they intend to be financially, emotionally, and family-wise, what's in their mind 5 years from now, and sort of plan for it now. Sometimes going in and buying a 1-bedroom condo may not exactly be feasible if you're planning on having children within 3 years, because then you got to think not only of starting your family, you got to think about changing your residence as well, and if you can plan ahead for that. And even if it doesn't happen, at least you planned ahead. It's called, again, getting your ducks in a row.
Let's plan ahead. Let's plan ahead to the future. Really, really, really ahead now. Let's say mom and dad finally have gray hair. and, well, come on, don't laugh. It happens. And they finally have the house back to themselves. They've got Michael and Juanita out of the house. They're 42 years old. They've been living in the basement. They're gone now. Mom and dad have their lives back to themselves. Do they go and get a mortgage? Can they get a mortgage? Say, we want to downsize. We want to get a nice place.
Absolutely.
I'll go see Bill, I'll see Fern, yeah?
Yeah, you get what you normally do at that stage of the game. There's 2 challenges. First off, you're either going to stay in the house. If you're going to stay in the house, now you're equity rich and cash poor, so you might look at refinancing the home to stay there. Or you want to sell, like Fern will talk to them about, and they want to sell, so therefore they have to know they can qualify for a mortgage. So they want to get pre-approved just like a first-time home buyer would. And then they would contact Fern, and she would look after selling and helping them buy their next place.
Fern, it's kind of interesting. We've talked to a lot of different realtors, as you know, on the show, and you probably know most of them. And they were saying that right now, and I think you'll agree to this, that we have no problem selling somebody's home, but if they're an older person, we have a problem finding a place for them to go to.
Well, again, it's all demand and supply.
Yeah.
And, when we're used to living in our big single-family home on a bit of property or whatever, that sometimes it's difficult to downsize to a two-bedroom condo. And there seems to be a lot of that out there, but it's the in-between. The townhouse with the master bedroom on the main floor is a very smart commodity right now. And a lot of baby boomers are looking for that, and that just doesn't exist. Those are not being built anymore.
Lots of great information. Now, Fern, if somebody would like to get a hold of you, and I know that you're always accessible, either by telephone or by text, how can we do so?
Certainly can. My text number, which is also my cell, is 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or you can email me, fern@smart.com, fern with an E, smart with two T's.com.
Now, if you're in South Surrey and you head over to 24th, you can go visit Bill after you have a couple of his mom's cookies at the front office, watch a little TV, have a coffee, and say, Bill, I'm here for a reason. I came to see Bill. Bill, how do they find you?
Just give me a shout at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-4663.
Cookies are always on?
Cookies are always on. Mom is still making them. She's got a bit of a problem right now with her bursitis, but she's still making the cookies.
God love you, Mrs. Macklin.
Oh, yeah, she does a great
no
job.
kidding.
Yes.
No kidding.
No
I
kidding.
love that.
All right. Now, so Fern, if people want to get some information, what's coming up the next segment of the program? We're going to do some window washing, I hear.
There certainly is. In our next segment, we'll be joined by Monica de Nobrega, president of Mommy Mains, who has this Windows cleaning tip.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say it because you can tell I don't do it.
Well, I know. I called Fern once. I said,
Windows.
No, seriously. I called Fern once. It was a Friday afternoon. I said, we're having a window washing party at my house. Hello, Fern. Are you there? Hello. Hello. I don't know where she went. Where did you go that day, Fern? Never
where
mind.
did I go? Anywhere but near windows.
I thought so. Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with our co-host Fern Northcott from Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklem is the resident expert guy on the show. He is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Our producer, one of the best in the biz. In fact, I'll go out and let him say he is the best in the biz.
Woo! Thank you.
I wasn't talking about you. I'm just kidding. You're listening to Radio. That's Dwayne. You're listening to Radio Real Estate on Smooth and Easy CIL 650.
Hi, it's Preston here from Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. When you're ready to paint, call Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. We do it all. The filling, the sanding, the taping. Hey, we even clean up after ourselves. Discover what Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations can do for your home and office. Call for your estimate, 604-897-6049. That's 604-897-6049. Or get more information at humphreypropainting.com. That's humphreypropainting.com.
Your life's too busy to be doing the things that you don't want to do. Hi, it's Monica at Mommy Maids. We'll free up your time by taking care of all your cleaning needs. We have weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or one-time special occasion plans available, including move-in and move-outs. Commercial and residential cleaning performed by bonded, insured, WCB-covered, uniform cleaning experts. You deserve a break, and Mommy Maids can help. Let us clean your castle with no hassle. Call 604-533-4959 or visit mummymaids.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. As your mortgage broker, I am your home loan consultant, helping you finance the largest debt of your life. All of us want to make the right financing decision when we're making this choice. Even after you sign for your mortgage, we are still there for you. Call us. Dominion Macklem Mortgages, 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME.
Oh, yeah. The cleanup woman is ready 24 minutes after 10 o'clock. And time now for Monica de Nobrega. She is the founder and the president of Mommy Maids. Monica, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Cleaning your windows and letting sunshine in. Firstly, give dirt the brush off. We know going at the glass cleaner is the most satisfying part. But before you squeeze that trigger, pull back the blinds or curtains. Open the windows and inspect the sill, frames, and tracks for obvious crud and cobwebs. Sweep out debris using the small handled brush that comes with your dustpan. Skip this step and you'll risk the mess later, since the loose dirt can stick to your wiping towel and smear the glass. Also handy, a cloth-wrapped screwdriver for flicking the dead bugs or hard-to-reach gunk. For screens, Just run your vacuum with the dusting brush attachment over it. Side to side, top to bottom is the easiest method. Now make the glass gleam. Spray an ammonia-based cleaner, or for eco-friendly cleaning, use vinegar with a little dish soap and water on the glass until it's heavily misted but not dripping. Then, with a clean lint-free cloth, wipe horizontally until dry. Pick a cloudy day. Direct sun makes the cleaner dry too quickly, leaving streaks behind. This is Monica DeNalberga for Radio Real Estate.
So let Mommy Maids clean your castle with no hassle. Call Monica at 604-533-4959, 604-533-4959, or visit mommymaids.com. That's mommymaids.com.
Thank you so much, Fern. It's the Radio Real Estate Show on CIL 650, or you can listen to us online at CIL650.com. Go to our website, radiorealestateshow.ca. A very special day on the program today. Very special day. I'm going to ask Dwayne, our able-bodied producer, to give us a little clue.
Happy anniversary, baby. Got you on my mind.
Yeah. Happy anniversary, Billy. Happy anniversary, Fern. Bill's looking at me. He's got this, like, you kind of look like a, how do I put this?
Deer in a headlight.
Deer in a headlight, yeah. What? Fern, do you have any idea?
I have no idea whatsoever.
You guys have no idea.
Anniversary.
It's a big anniversary. Big, 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 big.
Oh, tell us. Even though we know, don't keep us in suspense.
Well, today is our 500th show.
No.
Yes. We've been doing this for 500 days.
You're kidding.
Weeks, months, years. 500.
Does it seem like that?
Yes.
Wow.
No, it doesn't.
That's more than Daniel Sedin scored goals.
Really? Apparently so.
Yeah.
So happy anniversary, you guys. Listen, Fern, when you're out selling houses to prospective clients, do they talk about those little small mini houses that seem to be popping up? I know in Vancouver Island they're starting to build them here. We're having a little bit of a problem in the Lower Mainland, though, with them, right?
Well, yeah, we haven't seen a lot happening in that area yet. Yes, there are cities and this kind of stuff that, it's called change. And when it comes to trying to get anything through planning or whatever, that if you have a really good concept, that it takes a while to get through. But you know what the thing is? Again, we got to get back and supply the people's needs, not what the city feels that people should buy. So if any of the cities are listening out there, listen to the public.
All right, now listen to this, too. Some very important information coming our way. It's about tiny houses on wheels. They're making a big splash in Southern California, and now here's that story.
Are you a fan of the home improvement show Tiny House Nation? You know, where people move into mini homes under 500 square feet. Well, if those homes are on wheels, many cities treat them like RVs and restrict where you can park them. Now, one California city is leading the charge to cut through the red tape and allow for more of these tiny homes. The California Report's Central Valley Bureau Chief, Sasha Koka, has our story.
The city is Fresno, and one of those pint-sized cottages had an unusual open house here recently, parked in front of City Hall.
The square footage of this house is about 270.
Nick Mosley is a 28-year-old local entrepreneur who built this custom home, complete with a composting toilet and combined washer-dryer.
It does the whole cycle, washes and then dries. All the water that you use through the house goes back to the water table. It's all gray water.
Mayor Ashley Swearingen stopped by to check out the home.
We are the first city in the nation to actually write into its development code authorization for tiny homes.
Fresno's new rules will allow people to park this kind of tiny home on wheels permanently next to existing homes. Of course, Fresno is better known for sprawling new developments.
If it's one thing that Californians should know about Fresno is that we are full of surprises.
That's not to say Fresno's a tiny house mecca yet. So far, all the tiny houses manufactured here have gone to Santa Cruz, Napa, and other California cities. For the California Report, I'm Sasha Koka in Fresno.
I don't know if I could live in a little place like that. It's pretty small. Ferd, what about you?
Well, they say 250 square feet. That is.
Yeah, 270, 250 around there. That's pretty small.
Even 400 is small.
I know.
Well, it is. But you look at some of the condos in Vancouver, and they are mini condos, and the furniture is custom made, et cetera, for the mini condos. But they're start at 500 square feet. I mean, in 250 square feet, it's awfully small.
Do you think people are doing this because it's basically the lock and leave theory?
Well, it's like mobile homes, or it's like 250 square feet. It's like an RV. Mm-hmm. So I can see that, but that sometimes that you just need the community for RVs. That most of our RV parks all over North America are being bulldozed down because they're in favor of condos now rather than the RVs. But with the baby boomer lifestyle, a lot of people do like the RV, and a lot of people are giving up their real estate Terra Nova type idea and putting it on wheels, and they want to be a little bit more mobile. But, it has to, if that's going to go through a city, it has to be very, very well planned.
Yeah, because we have those heritage houses around here, especially out in the Fraser Valley now. You buy a house, you have a heritage house, a garage house. What do they call it? Laneway housing. Heritage house? I don't know.
No, you call
carriage homes.
Carriage homes. There, thank you. Yeah, and so you get those things in your backyard, and they help pay the mortgage, right?
Yeah, they certainly do, and that's a whole new can of worms too.
Absolutely.
Then you have parking issues.
Then you have parking issues.
Exactly.
Apparently, we're supposed to be doing some planning.
Uh-huh.
But apparently,
is that
if you have enough money, you don't have to adhere to the plan.
Really? Is that densification?
Well, they talk about densification, but if you really look at what's going on in the communities, so you look at any shopping center, you look at all that, there's no underground parking. It rains here, apparently. I've heard that a couple times. We don't have a lot of land, so why would you doing malls without going upwards, vertical, 3, 4, 5 stories? I mean, when you're thinking from a business perspective, what a concept! You're building in your own consumers for the stores you're putting in down below. I mean, like, why wouldn't me as a store owner, if I knew that there's 1,000 or 2,000 people living above me, I know that I have the opportunity of acquiring these people as my clients.
But there are some situations, you guys, where people don't want people living above them.
Well, condos
sometimes they don't. But, the thing is that we in North America, what we're used to doing is having a lot of land, which we do not have in the Fraser Valley because we're funneled up the valley.
And they're not making any more land.
No, this is a true story. Yeah. But, you go to Europe or any of these places there, and their planning says on the main floor, yes, it's commercial, what do you call it, little shops and stuff like that, shopping, corner stores,
commercial retail.
Little mom and pop shops and stuff like that. And then there's 3 and 4 stories up above where people can live in their homes. All the convenience is right there on the ground floor. And it makes an awful lot of sense to me in planning rather than the strip malls because, first of all, you got to drive to them. Second of all, they take up an awful lot of land. And sure, they're nice, but you got to think about housing. We got to think about agriculture, where we're going to grow the food for these people. Anyway, I could go on and I could have a rant right now, but I won't.
Why?
There's some good examples of the densification in Walnut Grove. Just just beside Colossus, the movie theater.
Right.
They've got 3 and 4 story condos with retail on main floor.
Absolutely, yeah.
Underground parking.
Yep.
I mean, like, that makes sense.
And they're building them all the time.
They're building them all the time. But you go into Vancouver, like North Van, and you go into Lonsdale, past Lonsdale, to the Royal Oak, and you've got a California-style shopping center. No canopies that shelter you from rain.
And they leak.
And you got to go, well, you'll leak. But there's no separation from the climate. So if you're paying big dollars to have a store in one of those kind of concepts, you're not really being protected.
You see, what scares me, you guys, is that we basically talk to baby boomers on this radio station because most of our audience is like the age of 44 plus, 50 plus. And you get to a certain age and you don't want stairs anymore. You want everything on the main floor. What are we going to do?
Buy a condo with an elevator.
Well, it gets right back into the concept of having the shopping on the main floor. And, of course, then they're closed in the evening, so therefore you don't have all that noise around you. And then you go up on the elevator. And if there's only 3 or 4 floors, and then you get in your elevator on the 4th floor and zip down, there is your parking right there, and there's your retail space right there as well.
Except you have to make sure that you're not on the front of the building and you're just parked over a liquor store or a bar on a Friday night because the Macklin clan will be down there and it'll be like 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning and they'll be heading home.
Absolutely.
You guys know how to have a good time.
You get over 50s and over 50s, over 50s and over 60s. Any of us that partied in the 70s, we don't really do that anymore.
Speak for yourself.
Well, we may party, but we're going home by 9:30.
Bill goes home at 9:30. So, Bill, it doesn't matter if you're a baby boomer or a first-time buyer and you need some more mortgage money, you can help them out, right?
Absolutely. We have a we have a number of people that come to us for a lot of reasons. But the one reason they like coming to us is that we don't have any vested interest. Obviously, we do mortgages, but they come to us for advice. What should I do? We had a couple. I just finished doing a mortgage with them last night. We saw them 2 years ago. They came to us and we looked at what they had in terms of their debt. They said, you know what, we'd be better off paying off our debt and then making our decision then. So they did that. So other
Very
people come
wise.
in and say, like, I'm thinking of buying a rental property. What can I afford? What should I do? So I saw some people like that in North Surrey on Tuesday night. And we're talking about what kind of properties they could buy. What should they be looking at? And where should they be going?
So, for now, there's a young couple out there who maybe have never dealt with a real estate agent before, and they're thinking about doing this. It's a brand new experience to them. What should they think about, and what should they be prepared with before they have that first meeting?
Well, they should be talking to their mortgage person first. And you know that when I have young buyers especially come to me, I talk to them about financing first and find out where they are in their head with financing. And then I would send them to Bill, and then they would come back to me after they got their pre-approval, and again, we'd go shopping.
Sounds good. So there's some good advice. Bill, if you want to give you a call after the show, what's your telephone number?
604-684-4663. 604-684-HOME.
And Fern?
604-790-9066. That's 604-790-9066.
And coming up in just a few minutes, Bill, you're going to be talking about something very special.
Yes, I am.
Yeah?
Challenges buying and selling.
Mm.
More about buying.
More about buying?
Yeah, but selling's not so difficult
Not so
anymore.
no, exactly. I was going to say that. Buying's a little more difficult these days, right,
Yes.
Fern?
Yes, it certainly is.
Yeah, and also we've got some facts and figures here from the house price survey, which we'll share in a couple of minutes, right?
Yes, we do.
All right, so you're going to talk about buying and selling, and I'm going to say this is Tom Lucas. Now we're going to talk about Greater Vancouver real estate in just a couple of seconds with Don Mortimer. Don's been away for a couple of weeks, but he's back now, and he's with Remax Crest Realty Westside.
This is for Northcott of Remax Performance Realty with Bill Macklem, president of Dominion Macklem Mortgage. Sorry, Bill. Producer Dwayne Bishop and Tom Lucas. You're listening to Vancouver's original on-air open house, Radio Real Estate on CIL 650.
This is CISL Vancouver. Smooth and easy. CIL 650.
CIL 650.
Hi, it's Preston here from Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. When you're ready to paint, call Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations. We do it all. The filling, the sanding, the taping. Hey, we even clean up after ourselves. Discover what Humphrey Pro Painting and Renovations can do for your home and office. Call for your estimate, 604-897-6049. That's 604-897-6049. Or get more information at humphreypropainting.com. That's humphreypropainting.com.
Hi, this is for Northcott of Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Baby boomers move for various reasons. Perhaps your home is just too big, or you want to buy that toy you always wanted. Together, we will make that happen. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas. I've got my favorite service manager at the other end of the phone, Mike Farkas from North Vancouver Nissan. Mike, if I wanted to come down and see you folks on a Saturday and have my Nissan looked at, could I do so?
Absolutely, Tom. I have almost a full crew on Saturday, so we're ready to do most general repairs. My parts department's open as well, so if you have any accessories that you want put on your Nissan, we can do that too. Sales is open as well if you want to buy a new one.
Yeah, you'll find them online at northvancouvernissan.com.
Hi, it's Bill Macklem from Dominion Macklem Mortgages. In these busy times, it is not always possible to get to a bank for appointments. With young families and busy agendas, we have found that our personal, professional, and our at-home service is very much appreciated. Call 604-684-4663, 604-684-HOME, or online at billymac.com. That's B-I-L-L-I, not a Y, M-A-C.com.
Vancouver weather.
Well, apparently it's going to get a little better as the day progresses.
That's good to hear.
That's good for today. What about tomorrow and Sunday and Monday and
Tomorrow will
Tuesday?
be mainly cloudy with 30% chance of showers, so you can stay inside and watch the two teams fighting for the Super Bowl. And on Monday, it's going to be cloudy with 30% chance of showers and a high of 7.
Why would you not tell people to stay home and listen to the radio, Bill?
CIL 650.
Make that- Yeah, that's the station to listen to, CIL 650.
Absolutely,
Right?
you're
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think that. My sports thing was getting to
Well,
me.
is that what it was? Yeah, it's Radio Real Estate Show on Smooth and Easy, CL 650. In just a second, Fern, Bill, and I, and Dwayne will be looking at the some prices from the house price survey brought to you by Royal LePage. But right now, though, let's check in with our resident Vancouver guy. He knows everything what's going on in Vancouver. His name is Don Mortimer. He's with Remax Crest Realty Westside. We have him standing by on the telephone. Donald, good morning.
Good morning. How are you all today?
I'm good. Everybody's good around here. Everybody's shaking their head. They're in agreement. I'm glad you're back on the show with us. We haven't talked to you for a long, long time. Things are still selling. Yeah, things are still selling in your neck of the woods, I hear.
Absolutely. I thought I would talk about the stats in a little more of a definitive level. In downtown, we're seeing about 7.5 out of 10 homes selling on an average of 5% over list price. That's still crazy. Vancouver West Side, only 4 out of 10 homes that are selling, but they're also selling 5% above list price. Now, east side of Vancouver, 8 out of 10 homes are selling over about 1% of the list price. East side condos and townhouses, 8 out of 10, which is really, really good. That's why we need a strong market. And as well, they are selling about 1% over list price. North Vancouver is the hot spot right now. 10 out of 10 homes are selling. That's 100%, fetching 7% over list price. Attached homes, 9.3 out of 10 are selling. That's the place to buy right now.
Give Don a call. He'll take good care of you here in Metro Vancouver. Do you have a listing for us this week, Don?
Yes, I do have a great little mechanic shop in Port Coquitlam. I got some good activity on it. It's listed for $75,000, specializing on imports. Call for details, 604-781-6000. This is Don Mortimer from Radio Real Estate.
So put Don Mortimer of Remax Crest Realty Westside to work for you. Give him a call at 604-781-6000. That's 604-781-6000.
Thank you so much, Fern. It's 10:41 now, 19 minutes before 11 o'clock on the west coast of Canada. The fourth quarter 2015 house price survey from Royal LePage has been made public.
Yes, it has.
What do we find out?
It's pretty interesting. It's been hot Vancouver and Toronto markets, according to the Royal LePage. So we kind of know that already. They're talking about as they go through this whole process, but they think that the prices in Toronto and Vancouver will continue to rise, but not at the same frenetic pace it has this last year. Where they're thinking that other places will see some price increases. They're really surprised by the fact that the people in the Alberta and Newfoundland markets, which are tied to the oil industry, didn't drop as much as they thought because people were not willing to sell, so they took their properties off the market, which allowed to sustain the market a little bit better than what they thought. So that was pretty interesting. I thought that was really good because consumers are reluctant to sell their homes at a discount price. Let me just kind of look here to just see. The Bank of Canada expected to keep its market going forward, so they're going to keep the overnight rate where it is at this point in time. Phil Soper, who's the president of Royal LePage, commented about the fact that he liked the fact that the government changed the 5% down mandate on buying a home less than $1 million to 5% up to $500,000, and then 10% of the balance up to $999,999.
He likes those changes.
He likes the change because what it does is it kind of puts a little bit of a break on the economy, and makes people have a little bit more money for the down payment. I mean, going back in time, and not that far, but it doesn't seem that far to me. We used to have 10% down,
right?
And then we didn't have enough market going, so therefore, then the governments got together and said we could put 5% down. And now what's happening now with the way the market is going, that they're kind of raising it back to that 10%.
So what kind of questions are people asking? Are people asking you, Fern? What kind of questions when they come to see you do they ask you about this price survey? What are they talking about? Prices? Talking about mortgage rates? What are they asking?
Well, again, if I get back to first-time buyers, a lot of them are panicking because they're told by either the media or the baby boomer parents that if they don't get into the marketplace, that they will never be able to afford a home. But, by doing this 10% thing over $500,000, what it is, exactly what Bill was saying, is it's should, what do we know, slow the market down a little bit and be able to give people a little bit more of a breathing room and be able to just say, hey, I don't have to do this right now. I don't have to be panicked, but let's put things all together here and get the pre-financing all arranged and then go back out and let's have a look at a few homes. Again, it's demand and supply, and if there's not a lot out there, if buyers, whether they're first-time buyers, second-time buyers, third-time buyers, have their financing all in a row and have all of that arranged, then they feel a little bit more confident on where they're going from there. That if you just rush right out and say, I'm panicked now, I've got to look at 6 houses and 5 of them are sold, and you put an offer in on that 6th one, it's like slinging mud at a wall a lot of times in a panic market like that A lot of those offers do slide down the wall because of not being prepared before you get to the table with an offer.
Wait a second. You just said about throwing something against the wall. I heard something different when I was growing. Is that the same story? Something will stick if you throw it to the wall?
Something like that, Tom, but that's in your era, not mine. Mine's the real estate era.
Oh, that's right. You come from the Bay City Rollers era, don't you?
Well, yeah, what can I say?
No, seriously, aren't you glad you got into this real estate business? People like me asking all these stupid questions every week. People come to you every week. They must have some crazy questions to ask, right?
Well, the thing is, though, Tom and Bill, to me, there is no crazy question, and this is what I say to my buyers and sellers. If you don't ever talk yourself out of asking me a question that might sound silly at the time, but, the whole idea of Bill's job and my job is to set people's mind at rest so that they can buy and sell real estate with confidence. And no question is stupid. In fact, a lot of times people come up with questions and I'll think, oh, well, you know what? I haven't heard that in a long time. Thank you for bringing that up to me again. So the more people, the more questions people ask me, the more I prefer that, because then I can give them an educated answer, or if I don't know, then I find out.
You said there's no such thing as a stupid question. I went to see Bill Macklin once. I said, Bill, nice to meet you. He says, nice to meet you. He said, Bill, I need $55 million. He says, no, it's a stupid question.
If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a house. I would buy you a house.
Yeah, I said I need $1 million, Bill. He said, that's a stupid question. But what house isn't worth $1 million these days, huh? Pretty much just about everything.
No kidding.
My parents bought a little house up in West Point Grade, 15th and Sassimat, I guess 1962 or something. They probably paid $18,000 for it. It's worth, the 80s came along. Holy cow, look at it now, eh?
I know. It's crazy. I mean, even you look back anywhere in 1962, you look at even what real estate was in the Valley. And when you're talking about prices in Point Grey, even then, manageable income, a lot of people couldn't afford that. So you were very, very lucky.
Well, back in those days, going out to the Valley was like an all-week trip for us. We used to round up the horses and the wagons and head out to the Valley. Mother, get the beans and trinkets. It's 10:46.
I grew up in... Sorry.
Go ahead. You grew up... No, you didn't.
I grew up in North Delta. And my cousins lived in Langley, and it was virtually packing lunch. We used to put a lunch in the old Studebaker, and we used to go from North Delta to, which now is Murrayville. And it was almost like a whole day trek.
You are. If you can remember Studebakers, you are getting up there, aren't you? Yeah. So it's 10:47.
Well, my parents had that Studebaker for 17 years.
Apparently they still have it, but it's in mothballs right now. So, Bill, you're going to talk to us about something interesting?
Well, we're just kind of going on with the same process of what's going on with the market. So as I'm looking, I noticed that Phil has told us that Halifax has increased by 2.2%. Montreal's 2.3%. Ottawa is about 2.8%. Toronto has gone up significantly at 9.7% on housing. You then get into Winnipeg at 1.2%, Regina at 1.4%, Calgary 0.3%. Mm-hmm. But interesting, Edmonton went 1.6%. 1.6% for Edmonton. Mm. And Greater Vancouver, obviously, we saw a 12 to 16% increase in pricing.
Did they just give facts and figures? Or did they give any reasoning behind that?
They give some reasoning from that. They're saying that Vancouver will rise by only 9% this year, with that detached homes expected to continue outpacing condominiums.
Interesting.
Which means that obviously people want to buy homes
first,
townhouses, condos second, and third.
And after condos, well, who cares?
The mom and dad.
Oh, right.
In the basement.
And you know what? We have such good weather in British Columbia or in Vancouver, and when you look at the weather in the rest of Canada, that we live in the Banana Belt and the Lower Fraser Valley. So why wouldn't people want to come here?
Good point. It may be raining a little bit today, but there's no snowstorms here happening, is there?
Exactly.
No.
There's 80,000 people come into BC market every year to buy a home?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to look at the demographics of that, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have those at hand? Are they mostly older people, younger people, big stage groups?
Well, when we have people coming in, a lot of times they're still coming in from the Pacific Rim. Still a lot of money coming in from mainland China. So, that's interesting watching that in the Richmond and the Burnaby areas, and then, of course, North Vancouver areas as well. As we were saying earlier, that those prices are going up. And a lot of those people that are buying in those three areas, that they are coming in from other countries.
So it's hard to say specific, eh, Bill?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Do you find that you're getting people coming and talking about mortgages from all over the world, different places?
No, I mean, I have a client that is from Mexico, but they did their mortgage with us about 2002, and they're back to talk about some business ideas. We get because most people that come here are either already living here, they come to see me, or they're new to Canada, and we have a new to Canada program. We can do those kind of things. Now, what we find right now is that a lot more people are looking at new builds, which creates another, getting into the thing we're going to talk about at this stage of the game, does create another problem. People think that because they're on site and they're buying a property, I always advise people, even though there's a builder there, to have their own realtor, because you want to have your own representation. And people forget that. People forget that on a regular basis. And I know most builders hate me for it, but my job is to look after clients, not to look after anybody else. Excuse me. So, sorry about that.
It's okay.
So what we're doing is that when they get pre-approved for a mortgage or approved for a mortgage with an on-site product with an on-site lender, that rate is about almost 3/4 of a point higher than the rates are today.
Really?
So, for example, if you're going to buy a property today and it's not going to close until January or February, that fixed rate is a 3.59 5-year rate. What most people think, okay, so now I'm good to go. I've got my rate. I'm not approved. Well, you kind of are and you kind of aren't. The problem is, if you lose your job in that next 6 to 12 months, if you incur more debt in that next 6 to 12 months, you do something stupid on your credit bureau over the next 6 to 12 months, you will lose that property. So there are no guarantees, even though you might think you have a guarantee. You got to be very careful. So we advise people to come and talk to us and set it up properly. We'll get you approved, and we'll also work with the on-site builders because we have to do that because it is a rate hold for 12 months or 18 months. We've got to make sure of that. But people don't realize that there are some chances that they may not be approved at time of closing.
So if you get approved, then the idea of the game is to stay squeaky clean until you close.
Absolutely. Don't go get a car loan, boat loan.
Don't buy a truck.
Don't buy a truck.
No. Don't buy a new dress.
No, well, I don't buy dresses anymore, but
you don't?
No.
Oh.
You don't wear them any less.
To each their own. These are the 2000s, right? So
Exactly.
Listen, before we change gears a second here, Bill was saying that he has some people come in, some new Canadians. Excuse me, you had a gentleman or a family from Mexico.
Yes.
Now they have children. Do those children then become clients of yours hopefully down the road? So you established a relationship. Same thing with you, Fern?
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
You know, a lot of times what I do, though, as well, is that if we have people coming from other countries and they don't speak my language and I don't speak theirs, then I will work through an interpreter. That I work with a couple of people in my office that, that they speak either Punjabi or they speak Chinese. And we will work through a translator together because a lot of times, and this is opening another can of worms too, a lot of times there could be misinformation, misunderstanding if we're not all on the same page. And I know that Bill, he works with translators as well. So that's another topic.
You know, I noticed that the two of you are working with a lot of Spanish people recently. And if somebody comes into your office, Fern, or into your office, Bill, and they sit down and they say, "Nice to meet you, señor, señorita. Cerveza, por favor," it doesn't mean I want to buy a house.
No.
No, it means
they think it's a bar.
What?
They must think it's a bar.
Oh, okay. I see.
Dos cerveza, por favor.
Dos cerveza, por favor. How do you say four to go?
Cuatro.
She knows. What's coming up in the next
segment?
Run. Oh, go get us a beer. Will you, Fern? Bill, what's coming up?
Okay, well, there you go. Anyway. Get expert mortgage information online by visiting BillyMac.com. That's Billy with an I, not a Y, at MAC.com, or by calling Bill at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
In our next segment, we're going to hear from Radio Real Estate Home Handyman, Finn Jensen. This morning, Finn says the February real estate rush is coming.
Not too far away now, is it? No, sir. Good morning. It's Tom Lucas with a co-host.
Amazing.
Fern Mathcott of North... Fern who?
Mathcott.
Mathcott. That's supposed to be your cousin.
I think it is.
Yeah.
It's from Southcott.
This one would be Fern Socials Cott. Fern Northcott of Remax Performance Realty. Bill Macklem is the president of Dominion Macklem Mortgages. Our producer is Dwayne Bishop, and you're listening to Radio Real Estate on CIL 650.
Introducing Mommy Maids, a business created out of the lack of employment opportunities for single moms with flexible working hours. From residential to commercial, you can trust their insured and bonded cleaning professionals with any task. Let them clean your castle with no hassle. Go to mummymaids.com or call 604-533-4959.
1, 2, 3, ABC. Mommy Maids, come rescue me.
Good morning. It's Tom Lucas. I've got my favorite service manager at the other end of the phone, Mike Farkas from North Vancouver Nissan. Mike, if I wanted to come down and see you folks on a Saturday and have my Nissan looked at, can I do so?
Absolutely, Tom. I have almost a full crew on Saturday, so we're ready to do most general repairs. My parts department's open as well, so if you have any accessories that you want put on your Nissan, we can do that too. Sales is open as well if you want to buy a new one.
Yeah, you'll find them online at northvancouvernissan.com.
Hi, this is Fern Northcott from Remax Performance. Your real estate dreams begin with you. Real estate is the greatest investment you will ever make. Approach it as an adventure, financially and emotionally without mistakes. I have a plan for making your real estate investments work for you. Call or text me, Fern Northcott, at 604-790-9066, 604-790-9066, or visit fnorthcott.com.
CI 650. I'm fixing a hole where the rain gets in and stops my mind from wandering. I'm filling the cracks that ran through the door and kept my mind from wandering.
Now might be a good day to be fixing that roof because the rain has stopped.
Yes.
Stop the leaks from coming down.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, this guy knows all about it. He has the
And
whole
the
handle.
caulking around the windows.
The caulking around the window?
Caulking around the windows.
What's that?
That's that goop that you put around the windows and
Oh,
make sure that it doesn't...
See, I go into a hardware store and ask for a window goop. And the guy looks at me and says, go see Bill Mack. It's 5 before 10 o'clock now. Our radio real estate home handyman. He's an expert in his field. His name is Finn Jensen. He's on the show right now. Finn, good morning.
Good morning, Tom, and good morning, everyone. Here we go again. Another week, and it's the beginning of the early Vancouver real estate market. All those plans put on hold for the holidays could now be activated. It's correct to notice something of a rush, but it's not unusual. It's been happening every February for a long time. A large portion of real estate transactions are done during the early days of the new year. And why is that? Well, for one thing, people who have been contemplating buying or selling may not see sufficient reasons to hold back. Enough time has elapsed since the festivities late last year, and besides, it has become something of a successful institution. But there are many reasons, such as the early bird gets the worm, and something a little less kind. You snooze, you lose. Still, it all depends on how someone looks at it. The race is not always to the swiftest. Many over the years have found the real estate market to be a consistent winner. Countless investors have discovered it to be more profitable than, say, waiting for a lottery windfall. Having said that, everyone knows not all tickets pay off, or that every deal will pay off immediately. It's common sense. But looking back at it, it's evident that real estate and lottery tickets have helped create many wealthy people in this province. This is Finn Jensen for Radio Real Estate. Talk to you next week.
This winter, let Finn take care of all your plumbing and heating needs. For fast, reliable, and dependable service, call Finn at Gentech Mechanical Installations. 778-378-2740. That's 778-378-2740.
Well, you say this winter, and I agree with you 100%. Call Finn. He'll come over. He'll take care of you, make it nice and warm and toasty in your house. But spring is not far away now.
I know.
And I've been waiting for spring.
I know. Why wait till spring? Do it now.
Do it now. You're so right. And you know what? Phil, Fern, Bill, Bob, all you guys listening, I'm having trouble opening my windows. Maybe I should call Finn and come out and just turn the handle, you say to me.
Exactly.
Then you have to clean them, though, Tom. So
no,
call Monica.
Mummy Maids comes over and helps me with that. See, I'm pretty much useless. But I surround myself with people that are experts in the industry, like Bill knows mortgages, real estate, Dwayne knows radio controls. Me, I know how to talk. So, Fern, tell me about your cool listings you have.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
I've got two really cool listings in Cloverdale. Both are condos. Both are within walking distance of the casino. The first one is in a small building. It is 1153 square feet, and it is 2 bedrooms and a den. We've got it listed at $215,000, and I'll give you the address. It's 5909177B. The second one we've got is a little bit newer building, and it is almost 1,200 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, and it is in the Lattice building, and we've got that listed at 3679. The address there is 5811 177B as well. So those two wonderful condos in Cloverdale. Looking forward to your calls.
Now, in your first listing, you mentioned that you don't need your car because it's very close to the casino. So I imagine that would probably be pretty good to drive over to the casino, because if you lose your car, you can just walk home.
Well, hey, it's only 2 blocks away.
There you go. What more could somebody ask for? Now, Fern, if those ratings, those listings sound interesting to you, if you have some other ones, can people maybe go to your website and check it out?
Certainly can. It's fnorthcont.com, f.northcont.com.
All right. Does somebody like to phone you or maybe give you a text message?
And I can be reached that way at 604-790-9066. That's 604-790-9066. Call me direct or email me direct. I'd love to hear from you.
And if you need some money before you go, call Fern. You see Bill Macklem. Bill, how do we get in touch with you?
Just give me a call at 604-684-4663. That's 604-684-HOME.
Our house in the middle of our street.
And before we go, Bill has some very special event that happened on this day in history about 1 million years ago.
Yes, in 1935.
About 1 million years ago, yeah?
In Iroquois Falls, Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
This day was the coldest day on record at 58.3 degrees centigrade.
Wow.
That would be
And how
minus
cold was it again?
58 below.
How come when you say it, it sounds warm? Make it sound cold. I want you to go home and practice that this week.
No,
Make it
because
sound
I'm
cold.
from Winnipeg, and that's not really a cold day. There's just no mosquitoes.
Thanks for listening to the show, friends.
Winter pig.
Thanks for listening to the show, friends. Hey, we got to go, kids. Fern, thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week.
You betcha.
Okay, have a great week. You guys. Bill, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's been good to see you.
I love working with you and Fern. You guys are a couple of riot
Well,
kids.
we have to be positive.
And Dwayne, well, he speaks for himself.
Always a
blast.
Always a blast.
Always. He's always jiving out there.
Okay, I got to go. Got to get some sleep. Back Monday morning at 7 o'clock right here on Smooth and Easy, CL 650. Thank you. Bye.